Kicking things off with the Diamondbacks, I have Eugenio Suarez as their MVP, in my opinion, for the first half. Suarez is having basically what I would say is his best year of his career. 31 home runs already at the All-Star break, batting .250, .320 OBP, 569 slugging, which is 100 points higher than his previous year with a .469, and an 889 OPS. Here's his Savant page right here, 94th percentile in batting run value, 21 right there. He is driving in runs. XWOBA, pretty above average. X slugging about pushing great. Average exit velo about him around league average, pushing great. Barrel rate, hard hit as well. Launch angle is iffy, but the thing is with Suarez, he is driving in runs when it counts. There were some other picks for this Diamondbacks teams that I was really interested in taking as well, especially on the offensive side. Actually, all three of my honorable mentions are all on the offensive side. It's Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, and Josh Naylor. I just can't really discount what Suarez is doing this year, and I made a video about the Diamondbacks and how they could control the trade deadline. If they do decide to sell, this is a key piece that probably should be sold off. I mean, you could just reunite in free agency, but yeah, Suarez, team MVP for the D-backs. Moving on to the Atlanta Braves, I have Matt Olson. The Braves were a tough one to choose from, in my opinion. Matt Olson kind of started out a little bit slow, but has been heating up ever since. He just hit in the home run derby last night. 17 home runs to get him in the derby, 262 average, a 362 OBP, 468 slugging, and 830 OPS. He's not going to be where he was in 2023. That was probably the best year of Matt Olson's career. Here's the Savant page, average exit velo, very good. Hard hit, very good. Batting run value. Fielding run value as well, very good. With the Braves, I went Olson, but I probably could have went with Ronald Acuna. I went with Acuna as an honorable mention. I'll just say my honorable mentions right here. It's Chris Sale, Ronald Acuna, and Spencer Schwellenbach. Chris Sale was also a guy I was thinking about with this. He did have a slow start. With Acuna and Schwellenbach, Schwellenbach just went down with an injury, and Acuna started off with an injury, but Acuna right now is looking like the MVP of the Braves. But I went with Olson here just because he hasn't been out basically all year like Acuna was, like Schwellenbach is going to be probably for the rest of the year. Matt Olson's my pick, but I completely understand if this is kind of a controversial one because the Braves have been, in all honesty, let me just say it, a very weird team this year. For the Chicago Cubs, I am taking Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete Crow Armstrong right now, 265, 302, 544, 846 OPS, 25 home runs, 27 stolen bases. He is already almost to a 30-30 season, which would be his first of his career. That is going to be what looks like a very good career. Pete Crow Armstrong is also an MVP candidate in the National League. I broke this down in a previous video where I brought down the AL and NL MVP candidates, so go check that out. Pete Crow Armstrong in 90th percentile in batting run value, base running value as well, 98th, 100th percentile in fielding run value. His Savant page down here, however, you might be like, that's not really that intriguing, but he is pulling the ball to right field. Look at all these home run dots right over here. Pete Crow Armstrong's having a great year. You can't just discount that based off these advanced analytics down here. My honorable mentions for MVP are all going to the offense. Seiya Suzuki, very underrated player. I think he should have been an all-star easily. Michael Busch, another guy that should have been an all-star. He's having a career year as well. And their new addition, Kyle Tucker. It's going to be interesting, though, to see if the Cubs are going to bring him back. So Pete Crow Armstrong is my pick for the Chicago Cubs. For the Cincinnati Reds, I am going with Andrew Abbott. Andrew Abbott, in my opinion, is having one of the most underrated years that is not really getting much love. He has a 2.07 ERA, an 8-1 record in 16 starts, 91 and a third innings pitched, 83 Ks, and a whip of 1.08. Pitching run value, 96 percentile. He has a 15, very good fastball, very good off-speed run value, very good. Hard hit rate, he's not letting opponents hit the ball hard off of him. My honorable mentions for the Reds are Elly De La Cruz, of course. Nick Lodolo's having another great year, and I would also include Hunter Green. Sadly, he did get an injury a couple weeks back, but Andrew Abbott, let me just say, very underrated pitcher so far this season. 2.07 ERA, this should not be ignored. Moving on to the Rockies, I have Hunter Goodman. This is like the White Sox in my last episode breaking down the AL. There's not really much positive going down in Colorado, so I went with their only all-star, Hunter Goodman, their catcher. He's having a good year, though, as well. 277 average, 325 OBP, 517 slugging, and an 842 OPS, 17 long balls. He does have a stolen base for catcher, so congratulations to that. Batting run value, 85th percentile. He has a 14. Love the hard hit, love the barrel rate, love the bat speed as well. He does have a little bit of a strikeout issue, striking out 26.7% of the time, 15th percentile. Needs to improve on that, but I think Hunter Goodman is going to be a really good baseball player for the Rockies. It's going to be interesting how long they keep on to him. I think they should hold on to him because maybe try to build around a Hunter Goodman. But yeah, my honorable mentions for the Rockies, I only have two. Mickey Moniak's having a very weird, underrated year, and then Ryan McMahon, not really there with the average, but I mean, it's Ryan McMahon, so it was my honorable mentions for the Rockies. Not really much to add there. Moving on to the LA Dodgers, I mean, there's not really a surprise here. Just like the Yankees and Mariners I did, it's Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani, 99th percentile right there in batting run value, base running value 95th, XWOBA 99th, X-slugging 99th, average exit velo 99th, X-barrel rate 99th, hard hit percentage 100th. Shohei this year, he's having a down year compared to years past, but he's still having a great year. 276 average, 382 OBP, a 605 slugging, and a 987 OPS. 32 home runs. You saw him hit 50-50-50 last year, 44-20 in the year before. I don't think we're getting a 50-50 year out of Shohei. He hasn't been running on the bases as much, stealing bases. And however, you can also say he has been pitching this year for Shohei. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani's been great. My honorable mentions are Yoshinobu Yamamoto having a great year, Will Smith, and Andy Pages having a very underrated year. I think that's also been a year that's been slept on for him. The Dodgers have a bunch of guys you could throw in this as well. Extra guys like Freddie Freeman as well. Max Muncy's also been heating up a little bit. But Shohei Ohtani, he's the easy pick. For the Milwaukee Brewers, I am going with Freddie Peralta, their starting pitcher, with an 11-4 record, a 2.66 ERA, and 111 2/3 innings pitched spread across 20 starts, 118 strikeouts, and a 1.06 WHIP. 96th percentile pitching run value with a 15, fastball run value as well, really good. Off-speed run value as well, really good. Opponents are not hitting the ball off of him that hard. Freddie Peralta is just having a very all-around, very solid year. Another guy that's kind of flying under the radar, just like Andrew Abbott. He's kind of been not really mentioned across the league, I think, as much as he should. As a Pirates fans, I hate going up against Freddie Peralta. He usually does really good against the Pirates. I mean, who doesn't? But yeah, Freddie Peralta is their team MVP. Some guys in my honorable mentions I have, of course, you have Christian Yelich, who's having a solid year, Jackson Chourio, and Trevor McGill, who as well is having a great year out of the bullpen. So Freddie Peralta is my pick for the Brewers. For the New York Mets, I am going with Pete Alonso. And let me just say, this one was a rough one. I know this one might be a little bit controversial because my honorable mentions, I'll just say them right now. Juan Soto, David Peterson, Francisco Lindor, and I actually have Kodai Senga pre-injury. I went with Pete Alonso, though. He's beaten Soto in RBIs right now and has the better slash line as well. A 280 average, a 376 OBP, a 532 slugging, and a 908 OPS. Pete Alonso's just been good all year. Juan Soto kind of heated up in the last couple weeks, couple months, that is. But Pete Alonso's been on fire ever since the beginning of the season. He's been in one of my... I made a video a couple weeks back, actually, just talking about players that were on fire to start the year. Pete Alonso was in that. 95th batting run value, percentile 22, XWOBA 98th, X-slugging 98th, average exit velo 98th, barrel rate 99th. Pete Alonso's having a great year. I know Juan Soto leads the team in homers, and Juan Soto's the guy getting paid all the money. But Pete Alonso's just having a great year. This is a guy that got that money from the Mets that he wanted. It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure at the top of my head if he has an opt-out or not. If he does, I'm kind of curious if he would test free agency in that spot. Like I said, I don't know the contract at the top of my head. But yeah, Pete Alonso is my pick for the Mets MVP. But however, they have a bunch of guys that could as well get this, in my opinion, that I just didn't. I just had to choose one, and I went with Pete. So let me know down below how much you hate this pick, because I know there might be some Mets fans out there that say, how can you not pick Juan Soto? Well, I almost did, but I am going to settle with Pete Alonso. For the Philadelphia Phillies, I am taking Zach Wheeler, one of the best starting pitchers in the game today. A 2.36 ERA, 9-3 record, 122 innings pitched, and 154 strikeouts. A .86 WHIP. He is a beast. Pitch run value, best in baseball. 100th percentile fast run value as well. 100th percentile. Breaking balls are doing good. Off speed's doing good. Expected ERA is a 2.37. He is just barely outpitching his expected stats with a 2.36 compared to the 2.37. Zach Wheeler, great strikeout rate, great extension as well, 96th percentile right there with a 7.3. Zach Wheeler's really good. And the next guy with the Pirates we're going to talk about for their MVP, but like him and the next guy are the Cy Young candidates for the National League. I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Wheeler wins it because he has said before he's getting very close to retirement. I think they might give him the reward because he's close, but also he's pitching for the better team. But yeah, Zach Wheeler is my Phillies MVP. It was pretty simple with this one. Some honorable mentions, however. Christopher Sanchez should have been an all-star. I have Kyle Schwarber, and then Ranger Suarez should have been an all-star. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, it is a shock to no one. I have Paul Skeens. As a Pirates fan, this is probably the only positive we have had to watch this year. He's fun to watch pitch. A 2.01 ERA, and you might say 4-8 record. How? They don't score him runs. That's how. A 2.01 ERA, 121 innings pitched, 131 strikeouts, a whip of .93, 20 starts. Pitcher run value 99th percentile, as long as his fastball run value off speed has also been really good for him. His expected ERA is a 2.48. He is completely out pitching that with a 2.01. A 2.01. There's only been one Skeen start this year that's been like, oh, that was bad. It was the one against the Brewers. But as well, the defense didn't really give him much help. I know he allowed 3 home runs in 1 inning to the Cubs. That's about it this year, I would say. Him and Zach Wheeler are your candidates for Cy Young. Skeens should win it. Wheeler should win it. Both have their cases. I could totally see it being Wheeler just because of the record, and they might just say Wheeler's getting close to retirement. Let's give him one, because we all know Skeens is going to probably win multiple. As a Pirates fan, I want Skeens to win it just so I have something positive to cheer about this year, but I will not be mad if Wheeler wins it. Both of these guys are deserving. Both are great players. My honorable mentions for the Pirates, it was pretty easy as a fan to say these ones, because there hasn't really been much to look at this year. Mitch Keller having a very underrated year, as well as Skeens, and you could say with Mitch, it's also his record is bad because they don't score him runs. O'Neal Cruz, sure, his average is low, but his bat's been fun to watch. And then 2 guys of the bullpen, Dennis Santana and David Bednar. So those are my Pirates picks. Paul Skeens, easy MVP. For the San Diego Padres, I decided to go with Manny Machado, currently at a 292 average, a 350 OBP, a 490 slugging, and an 840 OPS. His highest OPS in his last 2 years, 17 home runs. I think he's definitely going to be a 30 home run guy. I think he has that in him this year. A batting run value of 89th percentile. His expected batting average, that is a 303, so he's not there, but he's very, very close. He's setting the ball hard, average exit velo 91st percentile. But yeah, Manny Machado, my Padres MVP. My backup picks, my honorable mentions are Nick Pivetta, who is a great signing for the Padres. Fernando Tatis, who started out very hot, but has kind of been competent with Manny Machado in the running for this, but I'm giving it to Manny. And then my other guy for the Padres is Jason Adam out of the bullpen. For the San Francisco Giants, I am taking starting pitcher Robbie Ray. You would think it's Logan Webb, but Robbie Ray is having a great year this year along with Webb, so I went with Robbie Ray, a 2.65 ERA with 9-3 record, a 1.08 whip, a pitching run value of 94th percentile, fastball run value, that is, also really good, 92nd percentile. Expected batting average against him is a 212, very good as well. My honorable mentions for the Giants were Logan Webb, Heliot Ramos, and Matt Chapman, but Robbie Ray is having a great year. He's another one of those Andrew Abbott types, Freddie Peralta types, that no one for some reason is just really talking about. Robbie Ray is having a great year for the San Francisco Giants, and that's why he's my pick for their team MVP. For the St. Louis Cardinals, I'm going to go with Sonny Gray. Right now, Sonny Gray, 118 strikeouts, a 1.08 whip, a 3.5 ERA, 19 starts this year, and 108 innings pitched. Pitching run value has been very good. Fastball run value as well, very good. Breaking run value as well, very good. For some reason, I forgot to record the Cardinals one, so this is, of course, while I'm done editing. So if I'm talking quick through the Cardinals, that's probably why. 96 percentile on walk rate. My honorable mentions for the Cardinals MVP, Alec Burleson was a very close selection, but Sonny Gray's just been dominant in my opinion. The ERA is a 3.5, but he easily could be lower than that the way I've just watched him pitch. Wilson Contreras and Ivan Herrera, one of their younger guys, the backup catcher. Not a lot of games, but still, he's been very good. Sonny Gray, my pick for the Cardinals. Finally, for the Washington Nationals, I don't think this one's a surprise. It is James Wood. James Wood currently in his second year in the league. He is having a great season. A 278 average, a 381 OBP, a 534 slugging, and a 915 OPS. 96 percentile and for a year or two in the league is crazy when it comes to batting run value. Average exit velo, hard hit, barrel rate, XWOBA, walk rate. He's walking a lot. Bat speed, very good. X slugging, very good. James Wood is by far a he's going to be a very popular pick for MVP picks every year when it comes to if you're a gambling guy. I am not, and I don't condone it. But James Wood is a very good baseball player. He's probably going to win MVP multiple times, if not once. I could see that in the next couple years. Out of IMG Academy, a very popular athletics program for high school students. I think it's down in Florida. But yeah, James Wood, very good player. Backup honorable mentions I have for the Nationals here were Mackenzie Gore having a solid year himself, C.J. Abrams, and Kyle Finnegan out of the bullpen. And what's funny, James Wood, Mackenzie Gore, C.J. Abrams all came over for the Juan Soto trade. But yeah, there we have it. Those are my picks for my NL first half MVPs. If you didn't check out the AL one, it was posted yesterday, so make sure to go watch that after this one. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave some comments down below what I missed, what I got wrong, what you agreed with, what you disagreed with. Just let me know down below and leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel yet again. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one.